Damn, I got great hair. Not perfect, but that's okay. I recently discovered stylizing, or just like changing my look a little bit by staging my hair. I don't know the proper term. Um, like I have my I have the like side of my hair peering out underneath the upper portions of my hair to give me this little more femme look. I like that. Uh, I've been talking about nothing. I really have not. There's this like notion that I've been under that I have to talk about something that I have to do with daily upload, and it's just turned into me talking about nothing. So I'm going to talk about something more meaningful to me. I didn't think I'd be alive. There was a point where it's not so much that I expected I would end my life. It's more that I just thought it would stop at some point, that I was hoping that, maybe if I just coast long enough, something bad will happen. If I'm just indifferent about everything, then something bad will happen and problem solved, right? I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about being selfish. Not to say that such an act is selfish. I have mixed feelings about. Yeah, obviously there's a content warning prior to this. I have a problem with self-sabotage. I sabotaged my education. I tried to get myself kicked out of college at several points. And then every time I would just say, I'm sorry, and then like, no consequences. Like, what the fuck? I would admit to shit I didn't even do. Now I'm in a lot better of a place. Like I hadn't realized that I was numb. Like, I am transgender. In my bio, I have that I'm genderqueer. I recently started using they, she, which is experimental. Still something new to me. And if I, of course you're mentally ill and trans, it came free with your fucking gender. Came free with your fucking societal experience. So, there were a lot of signs when I was younger that I was trans. My earliest memory is my sibling putting me in a tutu and painting my nails pink. How crazy is that? There were no signs. Now, me being put in to that attire doesn't make me queer. It was the fact that, like, men are expected to be a certain way, and I'm just not that way. Queer traditionally means different or unusual, odd, out of the norm. And then it was used as, to my understanding, it was used as a slur, and now it's just it's a broad term, meaning that, like, that if I say I am queer, I mean I am not straight, or I am not cisgender. Cisgender meaning that, like, my gender and my sex assigned at birth are aligned, which, yeah, they're not. I talked for a minute about how I didn't expect to be around, and like transitioning, it's a very common notion. Transitioning did save my life. Like, I've always had long hair. I've always, like, been more feminine in a bunch of ways. Like, I would always ask my friends, "Oh, can you paint my nails, please?" And then I would chip them off. I would scrape them off because I didn't want to ask my mother where her what the fuck is it called, nail polish remover was. Eventually I did when I was, like, brave enough, when I was, I don't know, 19. How crazy is that? Oh, fallen over. Jedi had fallen over. Really fell off. So it's not so much transitioning saved my life, it's that I saved my life through transitioning. I just felt numb all the time. I didn't feel like I fit into this world that we live in. And the words of Fly's Eyes in Netflix's Castlevania, this world is insane.
I was a philosopher at a time when something about the religion was changed.
And like, there we go, problem solved. It's so nerve-wracking trying it for the first time to step out for me. The first time trying to step out of my comfort zone. The first time I bought nail polish, I went into a mall by myself. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get some. Let's get some fucking nail polish. And I go to a bunch of different stores. Not here. Next one. And then eventually I just panic and then I leave them all. I'm like, I'm going back home. I told myself, I need to do this. There's a CVS on the way. I stopped by there. I got the nail polish. I'm like, all right, I can just use the self-checkout. Self-checkout's broken. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Well, I feel we ball. So I went to the regular checkout and talked to a person. Like, just these 3 things. I got 3 bottles of nail polish. Still have them today, actually. I can't quite bring myself to get rid of them. Well, 2 of them. The other one is, it's okay. I didn't really like it. It was this pink glitter. I do like pink, don't get me wrong. It was this pink glitter that kind of felt like didn't really go with anything, like any other nail polish that I had. So it's something I think I gave away. I don't even know what happened to it. But I had the silver glitter. It goes great with this like Envy green I got from Ulta. Well, my sibling got from Ulta. They gave me all their old nail polish. And I was like, fuck yeah, 10-year-old Claire's 10-year-old Claire's nail polish. Let's fucking go. Also had one that was dried and upside down. Just like complete, it was like a solid block of nail polish. That was fun. So I go up to this counter, actually talk to a person like, hey, just these 3 things. And she was probably just like, oh, okay, nail polish. All right, doot. And then the last one, not reading. Huh, that's weird, not reading. All right, let me try this again. Not reading. Let me try this on the terminal. Boop. All right, not reading. Oh, that's weird. So then she has to manually enter it, and I'm just like there for like 3 to 5 minutes waiting for her to process this one thing. It's like, the text is really small on the bottle. She can't quite read the barcode. I was too nervous to suggest like, oh, if you take a photo with your camera, you can just zoom in from there. And then, eventually I like get my nail polish. That was November of 2021. That was before I realized I was trans, by about a month. Like many trans people, my only regret is that I wasn't brave enough when I was younger. That was the first major step for me. I do wonder if I'd still be alive, and I was actually talking to my friend about this earlier. If I didn't start transitioning, and there's a possibility, though it'd be unlikely that I keep on trying to sabotage myself, just push myself into being more angry, into being more, I guess, victimized. It's not to say that anyone who is like themselves a victim is like putting themselves into that situation. Just in my case, I was absolutely like trying to make myself, I psych myself like out of being trans and like trying to make myself more angry at other people for existing just unapologetically because I was angry, I was annoyed, I was pissed off that other people could live unapologetically and I couldn't. I can't have mine, so you can't have yours. The whole bucket of crabs thing. Now, I've been mentally unwell, not this month of December, but the last 2 months of more leaning towards 2+ months that I've just felt mentally unwell. And there's a lot of stress going on between, not just like between myself and my friend. Like there is some there, like we're working it out. I am very worried though that like she's gonna explode, and I do not take that kind of thing very well. That I am very close to leaving. that this whole project is just gonna just turn upside down because I will not take shit from someone. And she clearly has some anger issues. And by some, I mean she has a lot of anger issues. Now, she hasn't been taking this out on me. Like, it's been out on, like, nebulous things like, oh, there's too much traffic. Fuck this, fuck that, I hate that. She doesn't do that, but she does yell. And, like, I keep on telling her, you have to keep yourself together and you have to go see a therapist. Thing is, I don't know if I'm, like, am I the asshole for doing that? For telling her that, like, hey, you got issues and you need to work on them? Oh, it's the way you're doing it. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. I thought I could be a therapist at some point in my life. Then I realized how much work it is. Suffice to say, it's a lot. I actually know 2 people who work in therapy or therapy adjacent fields, or, well, professions, I should say. And I was pretty much told, unless you really want it, do not do it. It is going to be a waste of your time. So I looked into it, and just like how I looked into being a pilot, I basically have to sacrifice a lot to make that happen, and it's not something I'm willing to do. I have been a lot better though. Like, for the first time, I actually see like a plan for the future, and like I've been waiting for the rug to get pulled from under me, and like that hasn't happened yet. And I don't see that happening. So, here's to the future.